Hi, Henry's Baseball Club here. We're coming to you from Waltham. This is the third show of the Waltham Forum. Tonight, my guests are Drew Weber. This is the owner of the team up in Lowell, one of the few owners that I know. And then John Britwell is going to talk about his years at Harvard. Also, he played AAA. These are two individuals that I'm very happy to have tonight. So why don't we start with Drew Weber. How did you end up owning a team? That, for me, is incredible.
Well, I was in the men's clothing business in New York, and I got to know some of the major league ball players, and
They came into your shop?
they'd come in. Yeah, it was a wholesale place, but they'd come in, and they'd say, "Drew, why don't you buy a minor league baseball club?" And I'd say, "Yeah, after I become an astronaut, and then."
What year was that about?
That was probably in the maybe the early '80s.
Early 80s?
Yeah.
And how long have you had
Or
the team
mid
now?
'80s.
How long have you had the team so far?
And no, that was back when the whole idea was begun. And then you fast forward about 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
And my brother and I sold our business in New York, and I had to find something to do.
Yeah.
And then I thought back, minor league baseball.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was on the road for about a year looking for a team. I traveled all over the country.
When you were a young man, did you play baseball? Do you have a desire for that, or were you a good player? Or?
I'm going to totally disappoint you. I went as far as Little League.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was the kid that, played right field and, was looking the other way or something. I wasn't very good.
All right, so how did you end up buying that particular team?
But because I couldn't play,
Yeah.
that didn't mean that I didn't love the game.
Right.
So I do love the game of baseball.
Now, is your brother still with you or with
No.
that? It's just
No.
your gig? You're the sole owner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what kind of attendance do you get?
We get 5,000 every game.
Every game? At about $5 a piece? Ballpark?
Well, it's a little more than that.
Ballpark.
Ballpark.
It's affordable.
It's affordable.
John.
Okay.
This is,
What about parking? Do they have to pay to park?
They do.
Yeah.
I think they pay about the same to park. We don't own the parking,
Yeah.
so they pay $5 to park.
Yeah. Now, you found it to be a good business, or are you going to dump it, or?
It's a business.
Stockholders need to be
You know
ready.
something? I never got into the business to make money.
Oh, I see.
I got into the business for one reason, just to have fun.
Yeah. But I mean, are you the next George Steinbrenner, or?
I am not the next George Steinbrenner.
More even keeled.
Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. The present George Steinbrenner, but no, I'm not going to. I think everybody has their own personality. Their own. George's personality is about as different from mine as
Yeah. Yeah.
as you can be.
Now, my next guest is John Britwell. You went to Harvard.
Yes.
You played AAA, single A, double A. Tell me about your story. Where did it all begin?
Well, one of my favorite places to play was Lowell in 2001. No, but I'm from Walpole, Massachusetts originally. I went to Cambridge and went to school at Harvard for 4 years. After graduating, I got drafted by the Detroit Tigers in the 30th round. From there, I went to New York Penn League, played in Oneonta, where we did play Lowell in the New York Penn League, which was very nice at the time. From there, I went to West Michigan, then Florida, then Erie, Pennsylvania. Then I played with Oakland Athletics in AAA, and so I was in Sacramento. And then I played in Worcester the last 2 years with Rich Gedman and Bobby Ojeda.
Yeah.
So for the most part, and as of late, I just got a coaching job with the Florida Marlins.
Right.
So
So
I'll
that's
be back
where will
in
you
the
be
New York
this
Penn
summer?
League and back in Lowell. It's funny.
So that's where you'll be this summer.
That is where I'll be this summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
The New York Penn League.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jamestown Jammers.
Is that a good job, or it's just?
I'm happy with it. I mean, I was.
It's not high paying though, right?
Oh, again, I didn't do it for the money. Unfortunately, at some point the money will come, but for right now, it was an opportunity to get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
And I was very fortunate in that the people that I met were more than pleasant, and I really look forward to actually just working with the Marlins in some capacity. And it turned out this job opened up and seemed like a good fit, and so we agreed upon it just before Christmas, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm leaving in a few weeks, so it'll be,
So you're all packed up to go?
I am.
Yeah, well, I brought something today that I thought you might enjoy. This is from Harvard.
That is from Harvard.
So, why don't you look at, see?
Yes.
See if you recognize anybody in...
I recognize everyone in here.
Was that the year before you, or?
This is actually this is actually from 2003. That's my friend Barry Wahlberg on the cover. But
yeah. Did Barry get anywhere? Or? He's on the
Barry's
cover.
actually working in Washington, D.C. right now. He's doing pretty well for himself, making a lot more money than I am.
Oh, really?
It's not saying much, but
he's got a Harvard degree, though.
Yeah, you think so. It's looking great on my wall. It's not making any payments on those college loans, though. But no, Barry's a very good guy.
Drew, you know anybody here? This the coaching staff.
Well, I know Barry Wahlberg, but aside from that,
Yeah.
Coach Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh is still there. In fact, I spoke with him yesterday.
Yeah.
Gary Donovan, Coach D, as we call him, isn't actually there right now, but Coach D was a very big part of that program. Also helped out in Suffolk before then. I played in the Cranberry League when he was younger, immense success. And Matt Hyde, who's the other coach in there, is now a area scout, I think, for the New York Yankees.
Right.
So I've seen all of them.
I also have another picture. You might recognize this person at the bottom there.
That's Rich Gedman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They have dinners up in Manchester. Sometimes I go up there.
Yeah, I actually saw Rich this past weekend.
And if you flip it over, you'll see all the people that are there. They get about 1,200 people.
Yeah, the Fisher Cats, they've done a good job of bringing that program along. And
yeah, and then Jim Rice is also in that picture there.
Yeah, he did all right. I think they elected him
show it to Drew,
something in Cooperstown.
So talk about the dinner you had, Drew. Did you go?
Of course I went.
Okay.
Sure.
And how did it go, and who did you have?
We had Kevin Youkilis.
Yeah.
And actually Rich was there.
Rich was there, yeah.
And Mambo.
Mambo Cat. He was my first pitching coach in Oneonta. Quite a inspiration, actually. Mambo is, whenever you see him, he's the same guy. In fact, I think he had a few health problems recently, but he's doing better. But he was a big influence when I first came in. It was definitely a pleasure being around a guy with that type of baseball knowledge.
Guy.
Yeah. And here's something else I got here. You done with that?
Sure.
Josh Hamilton?
Yeah, Josh Hamilton. He autographed it. His agent sent me that.
Well, there's no doubt about his tools. I think we were drafted around the same time. Obviously, him a lot higher than me. But he's one of those examples where it seems like he figured something out and has been able to find a home, I guess, in Texas, and he seems like he's pretty happy there. And hopefully, if he can stay healthy this season, I think they're looking forward to a good season out of him. Yeah.
How's your season look for this year, Drew? Do you have some good prospects? What do you think? I mean, is it management? Is it the players?
No, the New York Penn League works differently than the leagues above it.
Yeah.
We don't really find our team until most of the team until the college draft,
right,
which is held in June.
Yeah.
So what happens is it's, I guess it's around the first week in June.
Yeah.
And very typically, the Red Sox use our offices, and they have young men in there that they're running in and have doors, and they're signing them.
Yeah.
And
well, what position did you come in last year? What in the standings?
We made the playoffs.
You made the playoffs, and how'd you do in the playoffs?
We came in second.
Second. So are you happy with that, or?
Well, first would have been better.
Yeah.
But it was actually, the playoffs were great last year. They were terrific.
Yeah. Now here's a kid that I want to show you. This kid got $2 million a while back. He signed with the San Francisco Giants. He's only 16. In international baseball, they can sign anybody. A lot of people, they don't realize that outside of the borders of the USA, it's like the Wild West. You can sign anybody at any age.
Well, the game has definitely changed in that they've, incorporating the draft seemed like an opportunity for a lot of teams to save a lot of money.